This is Robin Leslie from onlytheinspired.com, doing day 5 of our incredible coach summit. And I'm super excited to bring on the 2 coaches that we have today. They are absolutely amazing and you're going to love them. So, couple things real quick. If you haven't been following, my name's Robin Leslie and I created onlytheinspired.com, which is launching actually September 1st. So what it is it's a coaching platform. So it's a platform that's going to have courses from coaches, and the coaches are going to be involved in the chat. So it's not like a course taking platform. And we're also going to have live group coaching from coaches from every area. And so the benefit to the members for that is, for one, you're getting coaching one-on-one. Well, it's not really one-on-one, group coaching from these coaches to dive into some of the most needed areas in our life, whether that be health and wellness, whether that be finding your purpose, finding your passion, whether that be building your business or just connection. And so this coach summit is actually showing all of the different variety of topics that these coaches teach on. And all of that and more is going to be available on onlytheinspired.com. So from a member, I was one of those that was buying course after course after course, just trying to learn how to do everything. My number one character trait is love of learning, and no doubt. And I love to just learn new things. I learn how to make myself better, learn how to get fit, learn how to do all sorts of new business tricks, but it was super duper expensive. I love to do it and I kept taking the courses, but I wanted to come up with a way where it was affordable for you to take a course on anything that you wanted, but not just watching videos and taking a course, actually getting engaged with the coach. And so what I envision for Only the Inspired when it gets going is you're going to take whatever course that you want and you're going to be in there. So whether it's watching a video or actually being in a live group coach setting, you actually get to engage with that coach while you're going through that, because they want you to be successful in whatever their course is. They have value in what they're giving you and they want you to succeed. And so we're going to engage, and you're going to engage with the other members in the group. And it's going to be an amazing community where it's not all of us are out there on our own. We are growing together. We are building together. We get to connect and collaborate and make new friends, and you can meet other people and start a business if you want, or you could connect with the coaches. And so the coaches on the site are not, they're not so high up there where they're unreachable. They are engaged and they want to help you and they love to help you. And it's going to be awesome. And part of my vision in the future is, once this gets bigger, we're going to actually have live events. So all those people and all those courses and the coaches that you met, you actually get to meet live in group, in live events, and it's just going to be awesome. I have such a big vision, and it's really hard to talk about just little pieces of it, but I will get more and more involved in that as I go. So I want to encourage everybody to start watch parties. If you're going to watch this anyways, just start a watch party and make sure that it starts it on your own profile, so you're not doing a watch party in the group that this is already showing in. So do a watch party, invite people to come, because coaching has so much value in people's lives. And you've already heard from some of the coaches in the summit. Some of them have been on the verge of suicide. They were so unsure of what life was holding for them, and they didn't know what to do, and they hit a wall, and they didn't know where to go. And coaching is what got them out of that. And I want you guys to really realize the value of what these coaches bring to you. And you could see when they talk in their interviews how they light up when they get to help people. They all truly have a genuine heart and really want to help you succeed, because they've all been where you're at. They've all struggled with the issue that they're dealing with, or the issue that they are now teaching about. They've overcame that, which is awesome. So do watch parties, and please share and invite people. I will be giving out prizes. So make sure we do that. So I would love to bring on our first coach. So I have the beautiful Miss Carol Smallwood today. And oh my gosh, you are going to love her. And in this video, she talks about basically hitting a wall. She was in the corporate world and how she became so depleted and how she found herself giving to everybody else except for herself. And I absolutely resonated with that. I have been depleted so many times in my life because you push and push and push and push. And it's like, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to actually make a salad. I'd rather just warm up, get some Taco Bell or something like that, which is horrible. But I absolutely resonated with her and, just feeling like you have no life in your body anymore because you've pushed yourself so hard. So I encourage you to listen to this interview and please share it. Start a watch party because people need to hear this. And I know it wasn't just Carol and it wasn't just me. There's lots of people out there, not just women, but lots of people who are pushing so hard and so fast that they're hurting themselves. So hello, Miss Carol.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. I am doing really good. I'm super excited about this.
I am too.
So this interview we did June 10th. And so it's almost been 2 months. And so she hasn't seen the interview, but absolutely going to love it. Is there anything that you would like to share before we get started?
I'm just excited for people to hear the message that I know women especially have this issue, but there is a way out and there is a way to get your life back where you can still perform at work like you need to, but you have time for everything else in your life. And so don't despair. There's a way to get through this. So I'm excited for people to hear.
Yes, me too. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to play her interview and then I will bring her back up and we'll have Q&A sessions. So let's see. Irene is here and somebody else is here from Boston. Please type in the chat who you are, where you're coming from, get engaged. And as we're going through the interview, you could write it down or you could type in your questions as we're going through the interview and we will answer those questions when we get back out. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen and we will see you in about 26 minutes. Sound on?
Yes, it's on.
Okay. This is Robin Leslie with OnlyTheInspired.com doing another amazing interview with Miss Carol Smallwood here. So I can't wait to have this little conversation. So Miss Carol, in a couple of minutes, describe who you are and how you help people.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me today. This is really a treat.
You're welcome.
I'm just so looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it all week long.
Good.
So I am a health and wellness coach who works with professional women who are looking for a way to motivate themselves to do what's right for their bodies. They know what to do, they just don't know how to motivate themselves to do that. I help them get motivated and change their health habits for good.
I think a lot of people deal with that.
A lot of people. So I was in executive management in the healthcare industry for over 30 years. So this is my second career. And working with professional women, they really give of themselves to their employer, to their staff, to their friends, to their family, to everybody, and they don't take time for themselves. And so they come from a place from depletion. And it's really hard to motivate yourself when you're completely depleted at the end of the day or when you start your day. So my journey was, I came from exactly that place and really teaching or learning. So I went to, I have my certification in health and life coaching. And through my learning in our school, we do everything that we take our clients through. So I learned really how to take care of myself and what that meant. I was in the healthcare industry. I have my master's degree in public health, so I understand health and wellness. But it's funny that, you know, you don't apply that to yourself all the time. And what you need to learn to do is stop and take a step back and listen to what your body is telling you, which we don't take time to do. And then with what I do with my clients as I help them is take slow, actionable steps, really small. So it's easy to do, so you don't get into overwhelm very quickly. And when you take those small, actionable steps, all of a sudden you find yourself at the end of the journey saying, oh my gosh, look what I did. So it's just such a rewarding career, and I'm just so thankful that I found it.
That's awesome. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, exactly. Like, my body's been talking to me this week is like, you are so tired.
Yes. Yes.
So how, I think you explained a little bit, but how did you get started in this business? What was the event or series of events that got you, that took you from that career into this one?
Well, I had been burning the candle at both ends for many, many years. Never took vacation, like ever took a vacation. Maybe long weekends from time to time, working 12-hour days, coming home, you're still on your phone, your boss is still emailing you, you're still responding, as you put the phone down at night, you're still responding, eating like crap, not sleeping because, everything's bouncing around in your head. And there was one very specific day for me. And I was already late for work. My dog gets out of the garage, chasing down the street, in my little pencil skirt and heels, trying to get her. So I already show up to work late. And I get called into an executive management team meeting where a colleague of mine started complaining and harassing me and a member of my staff for something he thought had happened, and he had the facts absolutely wrong. And when I challenged him, he started challenging me and my managerial capabilities, which hadn't happened to me in my entire career. And my staff member who was with me at the end of the meeting, when everybody else had left, said, I know that you protect us from all of this stuff all the time, and I just don't know how you do it, but I really want to thank you. And Robin, it was at that point when I thought, my gosh, I'm taking care of my staff. When you have staff, as professional women, you have staff, they're kind of like your kids. You're protecting them. You're making sure they get everything that they need. And I'm doing that for my staff. I'm doing that for my family. I'm doing everything I can for my friends. And I realized I wasn't doing anything for myself. And when I go to my office and you reach in that secret junk drawer that everybody knows you have, but nobody knows exactly where it is, I found myself doing that more and more just to kind of placate myself, like to eat, to calm myself with peanut M&Ms. That was my peanut M&Ms was my go-to. And I realized, okay, you gained weight, you're not sleeping at night, you're eating like crap, you're feeling like crap. What are you doing? And I found that at the end of the day, I didn't have the motivation to do anything for myself, because I was just like, put me on the couch in front of the TV and let me watch my Hallmark movies, because, you know, those always end in happy endings.
Or you cry, one of the two.
So that was my nourishment, Hallmark movies at the end of the day, and peanut M&Ms. And I came to the realization that I needed to start taking care of myself. And I needed to find that motivation to be able to do that, because I didn't know where to find it. I was at a loss. And I found I've always been interested in health. You know, in the past few years, I had kind of let myself go. And I found through this school that motivation and the teachings, and again, those small actionable steps that didn't make me get overwhelmed or scared. But, excuse me. But I realized this isn't as hard as it seems. I have my own coach that helps me through all of it. So if I need support, if I need accountability, that's built right in. And you realize as you go along that journey, my gosh, look at me, I'm doing it. And then you find yourself looking forward to it. And so that's been my journey. And I'm able to help my clients along their journey and them finding the same things. And there is nothing better than to help women, you know, regain their power.
Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful. So describe your ultimate vision for your business.
My ultimate vision is really, I want to be able to help professional women, any professional woman, be able to get that motivation, change those healthy habits, and regain her power. That is my mission, because we don't know we can do it. We never even think that we can do it. As a matter of fact, we don't even think about ourselves to be able to do it. So I kind of want to enlighten women to understand you can do it, and it's not as hard as you seem. And I really would love to get with corporate wellness programs, because coming from that background, if you take care of your staff, if you motivate your staff to take care of themselves, they're going to be happier employees, they're going to be better employees, and they're going to be able to do their jobs even more, because they're no longer coming from that place of depletion. They're coming from, I am energized and I feel great and I want to do this great job. So what I don't want to have happen for any woman is to get to the place that I got to, so totally depleted and coming from a place that I was no good to anybody anymore, because I didn't even believe in myself anymore. I don't want anybody to get to that point.
That's beautiful. Yay. So what beliefs do you have that set you apart from your competition or other health and wellness coaches? And I'm a collaboration girl, not a competition girl. But, you know, everybody's got different perspectives. What do you think yours is?
I think mine is coming from that corporate professional background. It's a different world. And as you climb higher and higher on that ladder, it's more and more and more stress every single day. And knowing what that world is and understanding the place from which they come, I can completely relate to them feeling like there's no way I can take care of myself. There's not enough hours in the day to take care of myself. Because I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those that said, you know, I can't work out every day. There aren't enough hours in the day for me to work out. There are plenty of hours in the day to work out, but I had to come to that realization. So I think that background for me and the people that I want to serve, I can completely relate because I've lived that life.
And that's super important to be able to speak the same language and understand exactly what they're going through.
Yes.
I feel like you're talking to me. And I'm not in the corporate structure, but the depletion part, I've been there so many times in my life where you're doing your day job and then you're doing your dream and then you have to throw in kids there and then, you feel like your eyes are being sucked in the back of your head because you're so dehydrated, but you have to keep going, so you drink more coffee, which dehydrates you more, and it's a vicious cycle. I've been there so many times.
And it's not just corporate women, it's any professional woman. So we've all been there. Any professional woman will tell you the same thing. I have to do this and this and this and this, and my to-do list is this long. You know, I like a don't list. These are the things I'm going to stop doing because I don't have to. So those are things that we all need to work on, the things that we can just stop, because you know what? We don't have to do those things all the time.
Right. But you can't not help yourself. But yeah, I like the little steps that you're talking about where people don't realize it's not a major shift, because most diets and, fitness programs are so extreme, the eating is so extreme that people fall because it's so different from what they were doing. And so I think the baby steps are super important and it makes it achievable. And to get down the road and go, yay, look what I did. And you don't even realize yes, I love that.
That's exactly right. And in my practice, you don't go on a diet because first of all, it's a changed way of life, but there is no one diet for everybody. I have the Carol diet and you have the Robin diet. And so what we do is we go through basically what we call the 4-day energy experiment, where we look at the food you eat and figure out what are the foods that really give you energy and what are those foods that really sap your energy. I have one client, when we did this, she realized that eating red meat completely zapped her energy. She felt like crap after she ate it. She was lethargic. She didn't want to do anything. She felt bloated. And she has been eating beef her entire life. She's from the Midwest, lives on a farm or grew up on a farm. So she came to the realization, you know what, when I eat red meat, I feel like crap. And so she doesn't do that anymore. And she feels so much better. So it's just finding out what works for each individual person, but that takes time. And going through those steps, you start to realize, and listening to your body and listening to your intuition, which none of us know how to do, is when you start listening to your body, you realize, oh, that's what you've been telling me all these years.
Yeah, either the bloating or the fatigue after eating. And I get that a lot. Either my belly bloats out or I remember years ago, and I was pretty young, I was in my 20s, bartending, and I'd go and have lunch and then come back and be so fatigued. It took effort to pick up the big cans of tomato juice. It's like I was just really weak, just like all the energy got sucked out.
Yeah.
And it would happen over and over. That's interesting. So what was the hardest thing to overcome when starting your business?
The fear of starting over at my age. I'm no spring chicken anymore. And so that's a scary thing to do. It's scary because some of the technology you're not as up to date on as the younger kids. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of it is just getting over the fact that you're older than most and you're starting out on a new path, and that's scary. You know, it's scary to give up that corporate job with those corporate benefits. But for me, it was the path was so clear. It was the pulling was so strong for me that I made the right decision. I absolutely know I made the right decision. But boy, at the beginning, that fear of what are you doing at this age in your life and you're trying to start this? But I have a lot of mentors that help me realize that this is the exact perfect time for me to be doing this. I wasn't ready before.
No, well, and you had to probably get to that point. That one day, it's like, I can't do this anymore.
That's right.
And sometimes we have to hit that wall pretty hard before we wake up and go, all right, I'm done. So I asked this question of everybody because some people have it and some people don't. So do you have the support network of friends and family encouraging you to do this? Or are you going, this is something I'm going to do, I don't care what anybody says? And I'm sure you probably had both, especially leaving that corporate job and people going, what are you doing? But I'm curious.
I have a wonderful support system. My husband is 100% behind it. He suffered every bit as I did because I was not a friendly person when I came home from work. So he lived through all of that as I got more and more and more depleted. And he saw how unhappy I was because I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do, and he didn't know how to help me. So he is just 100% behind me on what I'm doing, and it's fun because, you know, we get to have breakfast together, which never in our 30 years have we ever been able to do that. So we get to have breakfast together now and just sit and talk about his career, my career, ideas, brainstorming. He has a wonderful business brain, so it's a huge help. And my daughter, who's 27 now, after I started this and as I started learning and being coached and making the changes I need to make, she actually said, it's nice to have my mother back.
Yay.
Yeah, so my family is so supportive, and so are all of my friends. They saw what I was going through, and they know me, so they've been nothing but supportive. If people aren't supportive, they're not telling me about it.
Got you. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. So what is your favorite thing about your business?
Helping women and hearing those aha moments. So I always ask at the end of every session, did you have any aha moments today? And what they're learning about themselves is just, there's nothing better than to watch somebody break through those barriers in their mind that they've had for years and years and years and make those changes they never thought they would have or be able to make, or gain the confidence to do something they never thought they'd be able to do. There is nothing better than that.
Yay, you're definitely in the right place, huh? Definitely in the right place. So what inspires you? What are you passionate about? And it doesn't have to be business.
I am passionate about nature. I love being outside in nature. It's that spiritual place for me. It's almost like it speaks to me. And so when I need to be grounded, or when I need answers to things I'm wondering about or I'm struggling with, I will go outside and get into nature and let it speak to me, because that's my happy place. I'm actually going up to the mountains by myself, just me, this coming weekend, just to sit, because my very happiest place is anywhere in a pine forest. So I grew up in northern New Mexico in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. So if you put me in a pine forest, I am one happy girl. So I'm going up to Pine Forest this weekend because I need to get some answers. I need to get some clarity on some things. So if I can go out in the woods and take my journal and just start writing, and being able to walk and smell that wonderful smell and that clean, crisp air, that's where I find answers, and that's where I find strength. So, and then I'm in Phoenix, so I'm in the desert. It has its own unique beauty that not a lot of people understand, but when you're in it all the time, it's an amazing, amazing place. And I love going out into the desert and just listening to what it's telling me as well. So for me, it's nature.
I love that. So who inspires you?
Oh gosh. Well, so there are three people that come to mind immediately. And they are the founders of my health coach school. So I go to school at Health Coach Institute, and Carrie Peters and Stacy Morgenstern are amazing, amazing women with incredible stories. And I've never seen two women more giving and open and completely transparent. I mean, there is nothing, I don't think, that we don't know about them, because they're completely transparent in their journey to where they were and where they are today. And so to be able to be that open and that vulnerable, to me, completely inspires me. And just to give, to be able to have coaches be the best that they can be for our clients. They just completely, they blow me away. And then I've been involved with, in another course I'm taking through Advance Your Reach with Pete Vargas. And if you don't know anything about Pete Vargas, what an amazing individual. And he comes from a place of giving as well. So people that are like that, just give of themselves, are completely transparent about their stories, that live in a life of service, that inspires me. That fuels me to see that, because I want to emulate that. So I want to get to the point that I can give and give and give. And I'm just starting out in my business, but I want to get to that point, because everything that they've done for me, it's been phenomenal.
Awesome. Yeah, well, and I never knew who Pete Vargas was until the Rise Up World Challenge. And you could tell he totally comes from the heart, and he is such a good soul. I love that. So last question, if you could leave one tip or one golden nugget for the people listening, and it was the only thing you could tell them and the only chance you had to say it, what would that be?
You can do it. You can make any change you want to make. There are no limitations on time. There's no limitations on your ability. Whatever you want to do, you can accomplish. And if you get that accountability, you could do anything in the world. So just believe that. Believe in yourself and give to yourself. And the sky's the limit.
Yay. Yay. And I wish more people actually believe that and would listen to that, and instead of having those limitations or self-perceived limitations. I love what you're doing. I think that's awesome. I think so many people need your help. I am one of those that always, I put myself last all the time, and I feel it. I feel it in my energy for sure. So is there anything else that you would like to share before we talk about your giveaway?
So I just want to talk a little bit about my program, if I could.
Absolutely.
So my program is creating a map. And what we do is create the map to your healthy habits. And so we start with your motivation. So we lay that foundation and really dive into the reasons that you want to make the changes in your health habits right now. And then we move into action. So that's the A. So we have a specific program tailored especially for you that makes reaching your health goals fun. Because if it's not fun, you're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make it permanent. So we enable you to make your new health habits stick. And the really cool thing about creating your map is that support and accountability are built right in. So we're a team and we do it together. So what I want to do is help you create your map.
Awesome. So, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you? I know you have a giveaway. It's a 7-day in the day positivity journal. Where would they go to get that?
So they can go right to my website, which is cgshealthcoach.com. Again, cgshealthcoach.com. Go to the contact page and enter inquiry. Just put your name, email address, and leave me a message. For my giveaway, you'll put send me the giveaway. And then if you have any other questions, on there is another place that you could schedule just your free discovery session with me if you want to talk more about health coaching.
Very cool. Yay. Well, thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate you. I think you have a heart of gold, and I think you're going to resonate with so many people that who are where you were. And yeah, just that you have that freedom and you knew that calling and you knew it was time to walk away and do something where you actually get your smile back and your kids get their mom back and your husband gets the wife back. I love that because we push ourselves so hard sometimes. That is beautiful. So everybody, again, go to CGS Health Coach, HEALTHCOACH.com and go to the contact us. And then put in name, email, say, please send me the freebie from the Coach Summit or from Only the Inspired, from Robin, whichever. And that way she knows which one to send to you. And yeah, sign up for that 30-minute call.
Yeah. Also, just real quick, let me tell you a little bit about the journal, if I could.
Absolutely.
So a lot of women generally tell me, I can't sleep. I can't fall asleep. I can't stay asleep. I can't sleep. And sleep is so important because that's when our body really repairs itself. And that's when your body detoxes itself. And we generally want to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. When I tell that to women, they're saying, really? You think I could get that much sleep every night? That's impossible. But that's really essential for your body. And the reason we don't get really good sleep many times is, again, all that stuff bouncing around in our heads that I got to do this and I got to do that and performance appraisal are tomorrow. And oh my gosh, I forgot to pack so-and-so's lunch and there's cupcakes that I'm supposed to take to school tomorrow if the kids are in school. So it starts out at the top of the journal where you just write down everything on your mind. All those things that are bouncing around in your head, because what we're trying to do is we get them out of your head onto a piece of paper where they're safe for the night. They're right there. They're on the paper, but they're out of your head. And then we want to end the day with positivity. So I have people journal, my clients journal the answer to these 4 questions. What am I grateful for? What am I proud of? What did I do right today? Because we generally focus on what we didn't do right. And what do I want to attract? And that could be anything. That could be, I want to attract positive people. I want to attract the motivation I need. And so when you dump all the ick out of your brain and get it on a piece of paper, and then end the day on positivity, you'll be amazed at how well you sleep at night.
I love that. Yeah. And just getting that out. And like you said, the stuff is safe on there. So it's not going anywhere, but you don't have to try and keep inventory of all of the things because you emptied it out. And so, yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I know that you know women that need to hear this message. women and men, but she specifically likes to work with women. So if you know somebody that's burning the candle at both ends and they're just running themselves deep into the ground, not intentionally, but they're just trying to get too many things done, please share this video. Please share the video, because, you know, you could bring somebody's smile back. You could, you know, just bring their health back. You know, when you push yourself so far down, it could cause all sorts of problems, and sometimes it'll make you stop. You will get sick and it makes you stop, and then nobody wants to get to that point. So please share this video with as many people as you can, because there's so many out there that need to hear that. And thank you very much, Carol, for being here.
Thank you, Robin. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has. And yes, thank you very much. And thank you, everybody. We will see you on the next interview and talk to you soon.
Hello.
Hello. So, what was that like, you watching that a couple months later?
I like it. I loved it. That was just a lot of fun.
Uh-huh. I love all of these interviews. And yesterday, I know Joyce was saying I kept agreeing with myself as I was listening to myself on the interview. Yeah, so it's super fun.
Good point.
Yeah. And, you know, so it sounds like, I can't remember, Christina Latour, she said, I love Stacy Morgenstern and Carrie Peters, also Pete Vargas. There are several of the coaches in the summit that have been through that Health Coach Institute, and they absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't met those women, but they're doing an awesome job. And you guys you're all coming from a different place. And that's the fun part about coaching is, you know, you can have 50 different health coaches and they all work on something different, a different reason. And it's basically their message. So you were talking about the sleeping. And obviously, I've had a few more things on my plate in the last week, and I will lay there in bed. My mind is just going on. And Tony Robbins will be on the site, and you know, in my dream world. But you know, just shutting down those voices so you could actually get a good night of sleep. Like the night before, or the morning of the first day of this, I woke up at like 5:15 in the morning, eyes wide open. I just can't sleep right now because I have so much going on and so much excitement. So I totally, absolutely resonate with that. So, so does anybody have any questions for Miss Carol? And you said earlier, before we got on, that you're kind of shifting focus a little bit towards weight loss and energy. You want to talk about that at all?
Well, interesting. I had forgotten that I had already changed. So my program is the MAP, and women come to me initially for weight, generally, energy, or stress. And for a long time, I was really kind of focusing more on the stress. But when you find out stress is everything in our life. And so really to hone it down with the very first stressors. So when women come to me with, I need to lose 20 pounds. That is stress that's been weighing on them for however long that's been weighing on their mind. I need to get healthy. I need to be able to play with my grandkids, and I can't do that right now. I want to be able to go camping and help pitch the tent, but I can't do that right now because I have no energy and I get winded. So really focusing on the underlying reasons for the stress, and that's where the sleep comes in. Because as you know, when you don't sleep well, that creates so much stress on your body. Mm-hmm. So stress is kind of an overarching, this is what's going on. And then really starting to focus on those steps that we do for our health and for our bodies that start to relieve that stress, because it's one more thing kind of taken off of your shoulders.
Got you. Well, yeah. Amber says sleep itself isn't an issue. Getting to bed in good time is an issue for her. Yeah, trying to stay up and then but stress, it can, and it's everything from every aspect of your life that you think about. It's your health, it's your job, it's your money, it's your kids, it's your grandkids, whatever. It's everything on top, and if you can't release that from your head, then you're not going to be able to sleep, or you just add on the weight, and then you add on the stress of I can't fit in my clothes. I'm winded, a mile walk, and I'm feeling it in the back of my legs. So yeah, it's interesting how our bodies will talk to us, and they'll kind of smack us upside the head. Hello. These are warning signs. Bing, bing, bing. Kind of like the check engine light.
Well, and I tell my clients, you have to listen for the whisper, because your body starts in whispers. Oh, my stomach hurts after I ate that. Or, yeah, I'm winded right now. That doesn't feel good. What you don't want to do is not pay attention to the whispers, and all of a sudden your body is screaming at you. So something's wrong. Now you're in crisis. Your body's screaming. If you just stop to listen to the whispers, to build that intuition like I talked about, you can save yourself from so much pain and unnecessary stress that you'll find that life is just so much easier.
For sure. And I love the whisper analogy. Hello, David Grinnan. Hello, is the couch still available? Huh. Okay. Yeah, the whisper thing is because a lot of times I don't listen to the whisper, and then it starts yelling a little bit. And then if you don't listen to the yells, it'll shut you down. You will be in bed for a couple days because your body has to recoup. David, I think you have the wrong thing. We're doing a coach summit. But yeah, and I've been there lots of times, and I like the listening to the whispers. I've never, because they do come up, but you kind of poo-poo them. It's like, yeah, I'll deal with that later. I can't really mess with that now.
Yep.
But that's a great analogy. Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to share, or did you have any homework or anything that you wanted to throw out to everybody?
Do have homework. So ask for the End the Day with Positivity journal. It's 7 days. And so your homework for the next 7 days is to do this journaling at night. It doesn't take long, but really, I can't stress enough how much this works. My clients tell me it works. It works for me. And again, get everything down in your brain. Everything that's just in there that you have to remember and you have to do, and oh, this is worrying me, and that damn 20 pounds I can't get rid of, excuse me. Get it down. Because you know what? It's safe there. It's there. You'll see it tomorrow morning. It's safe, and nothing's gonna, get forgotten. And then end the day with positivity and write the answer to those 4 questions. What am I grateful for? What am I proud of? What did I do right today? And what do I want to attract? And when you put your head on the pillow, you're going to find that your brain is clear. Your head is free. It does make a huge difference. It seems simple. It's not always easy to start to write that stuff down that's in your brain, because you have to start facing it, right? But that's part of the journey. That's part of what starts to work. But then you'll have a good night's sleep, and you get to start the next day refreshed.
So I like the brain dump for sure. Get all that out. And then I love the questions that you ask. Now, are you leaving those open-ended questions to come to you when you're sleeping, or do you come up with those answers before you go to bed?
You come up with answers before you go to bed.
Okay.
So you're ending your day with those positive. What am I grateful for? The other night I wrote air conditioning. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. It's hot here. It's still 100 degrees when I'm going to bed. And that night, that is what I was grateful for. I am really grateful that I have air conditioning because so many people don't.
Mm-hmm.
It can be as simple as that. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be what is speaking to you at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then what am I proud of? I'm proud that I made this incredible dinner tonight from a new recipe that my family loved. I'm proud that I actually got up in the morning and worked out. It could be anything that you're proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did I do right today? I drank all my water. So,
Which is important.
which is important. And then what do I want to attract? Whatever it is, like I said, it could be, I want to attract positive people in my life. I want to attract the strength I need to move forward. It could be anything. But just end with that and see how you feel.
Awesome. Amber is saying, logically, I know how I feel when I don't get to bed before 11 p.m. and yet I find myself postponing going to bed because I want to look after things just a wee bit more to help me connect with the logical part of my brain. Any advice would be appreciated.
One of the things, let me give you one trick. Let me give you two tricks. I live by my calendar. So my calendar is like an appointment calendar. And I calendar everything I'm going to do in the day, including my miracle morning. So my workout, my reading, my meditation, whatever it is you do in the morning that's important to you, that is a sacred appointment. These are all your sacred appointments that you're going to get done. And if you're going to do mini workouts during the day, put those in your calendar. Put lunch in your calendar. When are you going to eat lunch? And in your calendar, put when you're going to bed. Make it a sacred appointment. This is when I'm going to bed. And then an hour before that time on your calendar. So if you're going to go to bed at 11, at 10 o'clock, shut down all electronics. Because one, the blue light is hampering melatonin in your brain. So your brain still thinks it's daylight and I don't need to go to sleep. Shut down all electronics, TVs, phones, iPads, computers, whatever. And take that hour for you. That could be when you're doing your journaling. That could be a bubble bath. That could be talking to your partner. It could be whatever, give yourself a facial, whatever it is for you that you're putting yourself at the top of the priority list. And your body is starting to wind down. And when you do this every night, then your body knows, guess what? It's time for bed because I don't have any electronics anymore. I'm doing my journaling. Oh, it must be time for bed. You're creating new habit. And creating new habits is we're rewiring those pathways in your brain. So as opposed to staying up and doing that one more thing, like I said in my video, you get you're reading your phone, your emails all night long, and you're putting it down as you're people have to rip it out of your hands. Put the phone away.
Mm-hmm.
People start to learn that people know that I don't do anything after a certain time of night. They're not going to hear from me until tomorrow morning. That's okay. You have to know that's okay. There is nothing so earth-shattering important that you have to be doing that right before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start rewiring our brains a little. And so the homework is going to be part of that.
Gotcha. So like for Amber, she wants to look after things just a wee bit more. So is that something that you would suggest her scheduling in? Okay, here is where we look over all of our business stuff to make sure that we're on track for the next day, or? That's when
Right.
you would schedule that in. So this is my last brain dump before I unplug and take care of myself and do my journaling or whatever, where you just double check everything.
Right. So Amber, if you're going to bed at 11, you're going to shut off all electronics at 10. Maybe it's at 9 o'clock when you're on your computer, you're looking over your calendar tomorrow, you know, what's coming up next week, what deadline. So you're getting all that down. You know it, you're comfortable with it. 10 o'clock comes, everything turns off. You take care of yourself, because big part of my practice is putting yourself at the top of your priority list. Do something for you.
The opposite of what you've done.
Instead of what every woman out there does. Every woman I know does this. And take that time for Amber and then see how you sleep.
I love that.
Try it for a week.
Love that. So everything's still the same. If people want to get that 7-day in the day positivity journal, which is going to be our homework, they're going to go to your website and then go to the contact part.
Yes.
Okay.
And just put in the inquiry your name, your email address, and say, hey, I want the end of the day with positivity journal, or I want the journal, and I will get it off to you, and you can do your homework.
Okay.
And I will be able to sleep.
Yes, that would be good. And I will put that in the homework section in the group. So thank you so much, Carol. And just a reminder, all of the coaches are going to be in the group. So if you listen to this recording in 2 days and it's like, oh my gosh, Carol, I totally resonated, you can actually hit her up right there in the group and have a conversation. And I want to they're in the group. They have these new rooms that you could create. I think we should try that in the next day or two, where we actually, you know, maybe after these calls, go into those rooms and where people can ask face-to-face questions. I think that would be awesome. So
that'd be great.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. You're beautiful and I love what you're doing. And yes,
well,
awesome.
And thank you, Robin. This has been tremendous. What you have done is absolutely amazing. And I just want to thank you for everything you're doing for all of us. So thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. And it's, you know, my dream. I'm so excited about it. So yay. I appreciate that. Okay. We will see you in a little bit.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Okay, so let me talk for just a minute and then I will bring up our next coach. And I'm super excited about Linda Ann. She has just such an amazing background, years and years and years of all sorts of cool health background with aromatherapy and lymphatic drainage, and she owns a day spa in San Diego, and she is just an amazing woman. So I want to talk really quick. So my fiance's least favorite question that I ask the coaches is the support question, right? Do you have the support network of friends and family supporting you in doing this? And it is really a personal question to me, is why I ask that, because I find it really important. I found many times in my life, and I know I'm not the only one, where I have this dream, I have this vision, I want to push through and do it. And I want to have those people supporting you where you can actually talk to about it. And many times we don't have that chance to actually brainstorm with somebody that understands what you're going through. And sometimes being an entrepreneur in any way, shape, or form can be a very lonely place. And so a huge part of onlytheinspired.com is to create that space where people can connect and talk for an hour if they want, and brainstorm and help each other with ideas with their businesses, and help brainstorm productivity ideas and anything and everything, where it's like, I tried this didn't work. I am trying to be very vulnerable and open about my flaws with this coach summit. It's a learning experience, but I know anybody that's going to attempt to do something like that, they're going to have their own growing pains, unless they have a team of people helping them. And so I'm trying to be honest about that, because I know you guys are where I'm at. And, yesterday I set up the StreamYard and, lesson learned. So if you don't put a thumbnail as you're setting up your StreamYard to stream live the next day, if you don't put a thumbnail, it'll put whatever picture. And so I had for yesterday when we were doing Dr. Joyce and Anne Marie, their little post, it was a going away party at one of my jobs. And so all these people are partying, woo, on the picture, and you can't go back to StreamYard and switch out that picture. You'd have to redo the whole thing. So lesson learned. I'm trying to be vulnerable and honest about that. But that is really a huge part of Only the Inspired, is to connect and collaborate with people that are going through the motions. They're going through these growing pains with you. And, they might have learned, just like as I started, I had Veronica Shire on there, and she had just done a summit before me. She got on StreamYard with me and helped me work through a lot of things because I had never done it. And how amazing was that for her to jump in and say, here's what I learned. And, there's some things that I was doing that was different from her, but she helped me. And that's what it's all about. We are all people trying to improve our lives and better our lives. And it's a community of people like that are, where you're able to be open and say, I am overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. And have somebody say, okay, let's help you get unstuck. And that's what it's all about. And I'm super excited to share that part. So I just wanted to mention that is there's a reason I asked that question, because some people have lots of amazing support from friends and family, and some people are doing it against the will of everybody they know, or they're doing it, and sometimes you're doing it kind of out of a closet. You haven't actually came out of the closet and say, I want to be a coach, or I want to start my business, or I'm doing this. A lot of times it's so lonely, but it doesn't have to be. And that is the reason I asked that question, because we don't have to be lonely. We could connect with like-minded people, and I'm trying to provide that environment for you. So with no further ado, I am going to bring on Miss Linda Anne Kahn. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, how are you? Lovely to see you. You're doing the most amazing job here. It's so exciting what you're doing, Robin.
Thank you. Can you turn your camera a little so we can see your whole face?
I know, I'm trying to see. I'm on my phone. Okay.
That's okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit better. It's like cutting your face in half for some reason.
There we go. There
you go. I am super excited to have you guys listen to Linda's interview. She has been around the world, done all sorts of amazing, cool trainings, and she's got a heart of gold, and she is kicking some booty. Yeah. And I'm just super excited to show her interview again. Most of the coaches have not seen their interviews since we filmed it. And so we filmed this interview was actually June 10th. So it is almost 2 months since we did that. And so how are things going in California? Are you guys, because she owns a day spa in California. Is that still shut down right now?
The day spa was open for 19 days, and then we got really busy, and then they shut us down again. So I'm currently working out of a chiropractor's office doing my lymphatic massage because it's medical, and my aromatherapy. So just keep the faith going. You've got to pivot up and do whatever you have to do to keep things going. Keep a positive attitude, and that's it.
I didn't realize they were only open for 19 days.
That's right.
That's
crazy. I know.
I know. I think Irene is in the LA area, so not quite San Diego, and she's a hairdresser, so she's experiencing the same thing. And then I have a friend in California who owns a spa, and same thing, very frustrating. It's super hard on the small business owners.
Yeah, but I got to at least keep all my patients going, with the lymphatic work. It's so medical. There's so many people who need my services. So at least I can keep that going.
Right. And I love that you're working with a chiropractor and being able to get that done. Yay. Never say no. Never
Nope.
say I'm going to
Nope.
stop trying. Yeah, because there's always going to be hurdles. So very cool. Okay, so I am going to play your video. And just letting you know, I can't hear the sound from my side. So once I get it going, let me know that the sound is on, and then we'll mute ourselves, okay?
Sure.
And then we'll come back up. Make sure, everybody, let us know where you're coming from. Please have any questions that you have for Linda Ann in the comments. She is just a wealth of knowledge and 30, 40, maybe 50 years of experience in business and beauty. And I'm super excited for you guys to hear this interview. Yay! All right, so here we go. I'm going to share the video, and just let me know if we hear the sound, then we'll mute ourselves, okay? All right, here we go.
Okay, the sound's on.
All right, thanks.
This is Robin Leslie with OnlyTheInspired.com doing another amazing interview. I have the beautiful Linda Anne Kahn, and she's got some cool stuff to talk about. She's been in the health industry, the spa industry for 37 plus years. And so she's got amazing wisdom, and I can't wait for you to hear what she's got to share. So in a couple of minutes, describe who you are and how you help people.
Okay, so I'm Linda Anne Kahn. I'm originally from South Africa. I've lived in this country for 40 years.
Technical difficulties. Let's see how this is working. You know, you just got to push through. Not everything is going to be perfect.
That's right. That's okay. I thought it was my end.
No, yeah, it's just spinning for some reason. You know, you just got to push through. Not everything is going to be perfect. Okay.
That's okay. I thought it was my end.
Okay. It looks like we got it going again. And so give me just a second, and I'm going to share my screen again. Hang in there with us, guys.
I'm helping them. I'm helping them with their weight. I'm helping them with their nutrition. I'm helping with lifestyle. And I'm currently working on, I've been teaching an aromatherapy certification program for over 20 years, probably 25 now. And I am putting that all online so that I can help more people and reach more people. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I love essential oils. I just love aromatherapy.
And I am putting that all online so that I can help more people and reach more people. You know, there's a few that I know of that I know a little bit about, but I think there's just love. And I am putting that all online so that I can help more people and reach more people. You know, there's
That's okay.
It's a pain in the butt. All right. I'm so sorry. Okay. And make sure you're muted once I get that going. And it could have been me. So let's do it again.
Certification program for over 20 years, probably 25 now. And I am putting that all online so that I can help more people and reach more people. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I love essential oils. I just love aromatherapy.
Yay. And I think a lot of people don't know that much about them. There's a few that I know of that I know a little bit about, but I think there's such a huge benefit for it, but people don't know much about them. So hopefully you can teach them that.
Yeah, they don't know a lot, and sometimes they're not using them safely. So I'm on a research committee for our an association that I belong to, a national association, and that's what we want. We want people to safely use essential oils because they're amazing and they're powerful. Used properly with children, with animals, with people who are ill, and when they're used correctly, they're fantastic.
Oh, wonderful. So how did you get started in the aromatherapy field? And was it an event or something that just triggered you? It's like, I want to learn about that. What exactly was it?
Well, I graduated as a beauty therapist in South Africa. And I was working, my husband opened a pharmacy. It was an emergency pharmacy, open every day. We worked side by side there. And then I became a beauty therapist because we had decided we were going to leave the country, and I wanted something else to be able to do when I left the country. And a man came from England to do a postgraduate training. And I thought, well, I need to get to know more about beauty therapy. And the class was on aromatherapy. He was from England. And then he taught another class on lymphatic drainage and cellulite. And I did both those classes. Little did I know that would be my path. But I'll never forget the first oil that I smelled. It was called Ylang Ylang. It's a beautiful, beautiful oil. It comes from a flower. It blooms at night. It's very sensuous, and it's actually used for sensuous, but it's also used for anger and for the heart beating too much. And when I smelled that oil, and I knew nothing about aromatherapy before, I was transported, and I felt that I was in Egypt, that I was a priestess in Egypt. And I fell in love with aromatherapy right then and there. And after that course, decided that this was going to be my life's work. And it has been.
Yay, yay. And so now you're not only putting, knowledge in different courses and stuff like that online, you're also offering a certification. So what entrepreneurs who don't like their job and are looking for something kind of in the health arena can possibly pivot into something that they love to do that's health focused and where they're in charge of it, right?
That's correct. I love what I do with such a passion. And I'm always having clients or people that I know who they don't love their work. They go to work, it's just a job, they're not fulfilled, they're complaining. Then when as a coach, if you're not happy, you get stressed, it affects all parts of your body. So I see people being stuck. And I've actually worked with some clients who've been in the corporate world and who've been in a men's world. They've been women working with other men, and they haven't been happy, but they've had to do that. They're supporting a child. I remember one was a single mom, and they were trapped. So I help these entrepreneurs who are stuck and want to change their life and want to embrace something that's healthy. And I can help them with the solution of learning how to learn about aromatherapy and make a career out of it, like I did.
Yay, yay. I love that. So describe your ultimate vision for your business.
well, I've done so much already, and my day spa is beautiful and I love it. But I am an aromatic wellness warrior, combining the aromatherapy, my wellness coaching, and everything that I've studied over the last 37 plus years. And so my vision is that my aromatherapy courses, we can reach people worldwide, and I can help to train people. Because when I have my students in the classroom, there's magic that happens, magic. And I'm in touch with all of those students still. And whether they were just a mom wanting to know more, or a busy entrepreneur, or sometimes it's acupuncturists who want to know more, or chiropractors, it's fantastic because I get such pleasure when I see what they're doing. One created a whole product line. The other one's doing something with plants. The other one, she's got kids, and so she's helping children with aromatherapy. And I love that. That is my mission. That is my purpose. So that is my vision moving forward with aromatherapy.
Awesome. Well, and it's beautiful that with one modality, right, aromatherapy, that you can do so many different things, help so many different people, and yeah, you could. You're not stuck in a box where this is the only way you could do it. You could do it for just pleasure, but you could do it for health reasons wise. And my friend Reg, he talks about using some of it to clean your house, or put some in your like vacuum filters, or that kind of stuff. And so it's constantly circulating in your house.
When everybody sanitizers, right when COVID hit, I had my alcohol, I had my glycerin, I had my essential oils, and I made the most beautiful, beautiful sanitizers. And I actually followed the guidance of it wasn't the World Health, it was the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one other ingredient that went in, and it was beautiful. Everybody loved it. And so that's what I was helping people with at that time, when you couldn't get sanitizers.
Right. Or toilet paper. I don't know if it was the same in San Diego as it was here. It was just crazy. So what beliefs do you have that set you apart from your competition? And I'm a collaboration versus competition person, but everybody's got their unique point of view. What do you think yours is?
Mine is my vast experience, my vast training in Chinese medicine, color therapy, nutrition, health coaching, lymphatic, and there's more, and vast knowledge. Plus, I've traveled a lot and gathered oils everywhere. I've studied with different doctors from France. I've studied in London. I've studied all over the world and gathered unique information from all of these teachers. So you put that together with my years of training, my years of experience, and the passion that I have, it sets me apart. And the testimonials that I get from my students afterwards just make me sing. It's not about ego. It's about, yes, I'm doing this. I'm helping. Because I think each and every one of us, we want to change the world. We want to help.
Mm-hmm.
Today, what's going on, all the chaos we have around us, you just smell essential oil of rose, and it just melts into your heart. That's what I want for people.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you can't deny your passion for it. It's beaming out of you. I love that. So what was the hardest thing to overcome when starting your business? And you could talk about your spa, or you could talk about going online, or both. It's up to you.
Well, the hardest thing, because I own my spa, is an aromatherapy day spa, because we do aromatherapy and all the treatments. That was really hard. I was brand new here from South Africa. My husband wanted to go back, and we had $2,000 left. And I said, I'm not leaving. We left for reasons. We're not leaving. My kids were young. They were 6 and 9. And I said, I'm going to do it. And I had a vision then, even though I didn't understand business and I didn't have the skills that I do now. I knew that every single person that came in was going to come back, and that I was going to get them to refer two of their friends to me. So it was very, very hard, with my husband wanting to go back, young kids, and not having much money. But I did it, and I did it slowly, and I expanded. We expanded 5 times until we went from 400 square feet. I went up to 11,000 square feet.
Oh,
And
wow.
then in 2008, when everything changed again, we had to give up space. And this is what life is all about. It's just changing and slowing. With my aromatherapy, it was easy for me. It was a natural with teaching. But then when I started to put it online, the challenge was, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how, I'm not technological, I don't know how to do it. And that was stopping me. But we can't let that stop. We've got to just embrace it and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make mistakes along the way, and then you get better. Because as you know, with whatever you do, the more you do it, the more skilled you become. And the more skilled you become, it even expands. And the important thing, don't you think, is just keep having fun.
Have fun, yeah, and take imperfect action. Don't wait until you're perfect. Don't wait till you know everything. At least you have the full-blown knowledge of what you want to teach. So that is what you need to do. The other stuff is figure outable or hireable. You can outsource the stuff that you don't want to do or don't know how to do to other people, and then you stay in your happy zone, which you can obviously tell that is your happy place. There's no doubt about that, and I love that.
And you see, the problem with me was I'm a perfectionist. And so I started looking at very fancy platforms, and what happened then, I got completely overwhelmed and it stopped. Now I'm just doing it. I have my course, it's all done. I just got to record it and get it, do it. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Good, yay.
Yeah, it'll be ready soon.
And one of the blessings for you, in a way, it depends on how you look at it, but your spa is still shut down in San Diego. And so you have this given time, this huge amount of time that you wouldn't have had if you were running your spa. And so I believe it happened for a reason. And so now you have that chance to shift to where you could reach people far beyond San Diego because you were forced to shut down. And you're totally taking advantage of that. And that's beautiful. So this next question I ask everybody, because some people have it, some people don't. So do you have a support network of friends and family encouraging you to do this, to go online, or is this something you feel that you have to do and you're going to do it no matter what anybody says?
That's me. Yeah.
The second part?
Yeah, because it's just what I'm going to do. My family, they cheer me along. They just proud of me and they're so happy. My husband's totally overwhelmed. We married 50 years, but I don't think he's worked me out yet. And, if I have to, I'll be up till 2 a.m. doing something. So I'm very self-motivated. Once I got over this fear and silly things, I'm fine.
Good. Good. And there's a lot of people who have to make that decision, and they're going to do it no matter if anybody else understands. And that's the reason why I asked that question. So what is your
good question? And also we need to be accountable. Otherwise the months go by, right?
Right. And so if you don't have your tribe, if you don't have the people around you that you could talk to and brainstorm, then you have to find your tribe out there to where you can do the brainstorm and what do I do about this and what should I do about this? And, I know you and I are part of a wonderful group that is teaching us a lot of that stuff too. So what is your favorite thing about your business?
My favorite thing about my business is I get to interact with people either in my work with my lymphatic work or as I'm teaching, one-on-one, expanding, and it's all health oriented. I am not working. Yeah, of course I get tired like everybody else sometimes at the end of the day, but I'm not working. I am doing my passion. I have this unique love that I can be teaching something that I have learned over all these years, that I can actually share that and I can enhance their life. That's what I love the most.
Well, and so for everybody listening, if you could be like Linda Ann and play basically for a living, where you thrive off of what you're doing, that's exactly who she's trying to find. Somebody who wants to thrive when they work, when they're excited to share, when they're excited about, you know, changing people's lives for the positive. I love that. And so, you know, you are the epitome of doing what you love, and that's just awesome. So what inspires you? What are you passionate about? And it doesn't have to be business.
What inspires me, you know, it's a crazy thing, watching a sunset. It's like the sound of one hand clapping for me. I just go, aha. Or when I see a rainbow, which we don't see often here in San Diego. Recently, before the COVID, we were in San Francisco. I was giving a talk, and we went into the forests, the redwood trees, and we hugged a tree. Actually, this morning, I just posted that on my Facebook page, that the connection with the trees and with nature and grounding, that's what inspires me and what I love. And I just posted actually this morning that when all of this is over, that's what I want to do. I want to go back there and hug those trees again.
And they're the great redwoods. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I was little itty bitty when I went to those, but do they still have the one where you drive through the redwood, or is that one? That one's still there? Yeah, I was little, like elementary school when I did that. That was a long time ago.
And I was in San Francisco giving a lecture, and so we went there. We combined the whole thing. It was lovely.
Oh, yeah. Good. And so who inspires you? Do you have somebody that you look up to, somebody that inspires you? And it could be multiple people.
Yeah, I've had teachers along the way who have completely inspired me. One of the French doctors that I studied with, Dr. Panuel, he totally inspired me. If you think that I'm lively and passionate, he would go around the stage, you know, like this. And so when I teach my students, I go and do all the stuff that he did, and I say all the things that he did, and I tell them this is from Dr. Panuel. I also studied with Bernard Jensen in the 80s, and he was a very famous naturopath and an iridologist. And he was my mentor. I learned all about nutrition and color. He used to say, if you eat a rainbow diet, you will be very happy and you will be balanced because you'll get all the minerals from the colors. In the 80s, when he was saying that, nobody was talking about the resveratrol from the red foods and all the chemical things. And there was just a study published a few months ago on a scientific study on the rainbow diet and how it affects your body. I studied all that with him. He was my inspiration. And one more person was my father.
Oh,
my
yeah.
father was my biggest cheerleader. He's been gone 11 years, and he's still there encouraging me and teaching me that you must do what you want, never give up on what you want to do.
Yay. I've never heard of the rainbow.
Question. I love that.
Yeah. I've never heard of the rainbow diet, but I've thought to myself, you know, because the foods that are super bright and vibrant in color have totally different benefits, like a beet and a carrot. And, you know, they're bright in color, a cranberry, or, you know, those really rich, and berries. You know, berries have great nutritional properties to them, not only because they're fruit, but I think the color has something to do with that.
Oh, definitely. The red foods all have the resveratrol, which are really good for your heart. Then the orange foods have the carotenoids, which are good for your eyes and antioxidant, and it goes on. The yellow foods, yeah, it's fabulous. I'd be happy to send you the study.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Yeah, and I need to get better at eating better. I am guilty of eating a not super good diet.
But one of the things that I do with my students when we start, I give them a challenge. I tell them the duration of this class, I want you to cut out 2 things that you've been wanting to cut out before that aren't healthy for you. So we start off with that, and then we talk about it, and then we add in other things. So I weave that in, because to be a really good aromatherapist and be a master blender, you want to be clear. You have to be clear, and then you can be inspired and you can blend.
So do you pick the 2 things that they eliminate, or do they pick the 2 things?
They pick it. And if they don't know what, I'll just tell them to first cut out sugar.
And then what's the second
next thing is white flour. Yeah.
Right. And I have a friend that lost 130 pounds by cutting out sugar in anything white, including pasta, breads, starches, potatoes, and she just dropped just a ton of weight. Just those 2 things.
Yeah. And the patients that I work with who have lymphedema, those foods are what are trapping everything in their bodies, and they actually have a disease. They're not just overweight. So I don't know, your friend might have had that too.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those foods cause inflammation also, right?
Inflammation, that's right.
Yeah. So big question, it's the last question. So if you could leave one tip or golden nugget for the people listening, and it was the only thing you had to say and the only chance you had to say it, what would that be?
Think big, follow your dreams, and reach for the stars, and you'll get there.
Yay, and put one foot in front of another, just start. Don't wait till it's beautiful and perfect, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. And true. Yeah, don't be afraid to dream. There's a lot of people that are a little bit afraid to dream. And that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this summit, is to, give various backgrounds and what took somebody from this industry into this industry, and what they're passionate about. Because I believe, just like you were saying, there's a lot of people who feel totally stuck. You don't have to stay stuck. That's only a story in your head. There are things you could do, and you can do something that you just beam about when you talk to people, just like you do. And you literally beam because you love what you do. I love that. That's awesome. So is there anything that you want to say before we talk about your giveaway?
I just think I've had so much fun with you. It's so great. Your questions are fabulous, and I've really enjoyed this. So thank you. And I think what you're doing with the summit is going to be amazing, because the people have such diverse backgrounds, and I'm really blessed. I had a really amazing childhood and life, but other people haven't, and how they've pivoted, and they'll be sharing their stories, I'm sure, will be amazing. So this will be an inspiration for other women, right?
Yes, well, men and women.
And men too.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Men.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm excited about it, and I'm taking imperfect action. So it's not polished, but I'm enjoying it. And the conversations with coaches like you is just amazing. And to hear their background and some of the stuff I would have never thought about coaching. And I totally see where they're doing that and how many people each one of the coaches can help. And so I think this is just the beginning of a huge movement, a huge shift to raise the vibration of the planet. Because, not all of us obviously live in a free country. In America, we do. But we do have the power to decide whether we live in a life that is unfulfilled or one that just makes us light up, and one that we want to pass on to as many people as possible.
Yeah. And that definitely will raise the vibration, and your summit will too. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. So Ms. Linda Ann is going to offer an ebook, how to incorporate aromatherapy in your life. And so where you would go to get that is Aromatic Wellness Warrior. I was thinking AWW when you told me that. AROMATIC WELLNESSWARRIOR.com. So just go to aromaticwellnesswarrior.com, and then there'll be a opt-in where you put in your name and email, and then you'll get that ebook on how to incorporate aromatherapy in your life. And you could find out more about it, and you could possibly find out, just the health aspects, but then it's possible that you might want to take a shift into the whole wellness industry and something that is a beautiful and healthy lifestyle, and it smells amazing, and it helps all sorts of people. Yeah. So thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, and you are just beautiful and just a ray of sunshine. Just a ray of sunshine. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely. Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Good, good. And thank you everybody for being here. Please, if this resonated with you and you think other people should hear it, please share the video. And, because all of us together, just trying to uplift everybody. And there's so many people that would totally resonate with this. So share the video, share the story. And, she's got amazing history and education and just so much joy in her heart for what she's doing. I love that about her. So anyways, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you later.
Hello, hello. Oh,
Hi, that seemed like such a long time ago that we did that interview.
I know. It's almost been 2 months. And, I
Time's
appreciate
gone by so quickly.
Yes, for sure. I keep getting these little glitches, and, just like I just said in that video, taking imperfect action. If I waited until everything was perfect, it would be great. Just like as we're watching this, and I didn't switch the banner from Carol to you, and, just little things. And I hope you guys are forgiving. I'm doing lots of stuff right now. I hope that you don't think that Only the Inspired is going to be a mess like this. And it's not really a mess. It's just little errors. So please, I'm sorry this keeps happening, but oh well. So anyways, back to you, Miss Linda.
It's a mess.
love
you just do. You actually.
And you're cutting out.
Well, I
What'd
just
you
wanted.
say?
Okay. I just wanted to say, no, what you're doing, you're just doing it. You're showing everybody that you have a dream, you just do it. And each time you do it, it gets better and better, and it's fabulous. But I also just wanted to say, during this COVID time and with all the changes, like June seemed such a long time ago. July was different. Now we're into August. And the oils that I'm really drawn to using now to help people a lot are black spruce, because black spruce, it's from a tree, and the trees are very expansive. They're really good for the lungs, which is good for the emotions in Chinese medicine. That's for grief and trauma. And the black spruce is really, really good for the adrenals. And you apply it at the base of the spine, just above the kidneys. You rub it, and it's really, really good and centering. And I've been combining that with vetiver, which is a very grounding oil, and melissa, which is lemon balm, which is healing and good for the nerves and just great for the heart as well. Because I think that at this time, we need to connect with our hearts more than anything else. And so I just wanted to share that, because that's really what I've been drawn to be using in the last couple of weeks with a lot of my clients.
So where would somebody get those different oils? Do they order them online? Where would somebody go and get the melissa and the black spruce and all those kind of oils?
So there are many, many companies that do that. I have them. They're actually not on my website. I have blends on my website. On the Aromatic Wellness Warrior, there are actual blends, and also on my other site, which is Lymphedema Services. And so those are blends, and then anyone can text me and I can get any oils for them want. And Melissa's are very, so you have to see what it costs at that time. And sometimes you get it in a base of coconut oil.
Oh, okay. And so how much does So you said obviously in the video there's right ways to use it and wrong ways to use it. And so how would you know how much? Is there education on that? Obviously you certify people, and I'm very interested in learning more about your certification, because I think that would be great. And but yeah, so
Right.
just the green person, how are they going to know how much to use or where to use it, any of that?
So you can always do inhalation. You can put essential oils in a diffuser. Melissa is too expensive to put in the diffuser. So you would put in about 8 drops of Melissa in with about half an ounce of a fractionated coconut oil. And then you can rub it onto your solar plexus or onto the heart area or the base of the spine. Some of the oils you would blend in a lotion, and you could put it on your legs. It depends, what you're using. Those black spruce, I would blend about 8 drops, same thing, in with a carrier oil of fractionated coconut oil, put that at the base of the spine and rub it onto the adrenals, which are just above the kidneys at the base of the spine. So, yeah. And then in a diffuser, the oils are amazing, amazing.
And so you're not using heat with the diffuser, right? Doesn't that ruin the oil?
Yes, it's an ultrasonic diffuser that we've all been using lately, and it's got water in it, and you put about 10 drops of the essential oil in, and then it diffuses it into the air. And when you inhale these aroma molecules via olfactory nerve, via the nose, right to the olfactory membrane, which goes right to the brain. The olfactory nerve goes right to the brain, and there it triggers thoughts, feelings, memories, and emotions. So it's really, really good for this time or any time where there's stress or anxiety to smell oils like lavender or melissa or rose or sweet marjoram to just help with the anxiety. Bergamot is another one. We say it has an anxiolytic effect, so it helps with anxiety. And there was just a beautiful study that just came out on bergamot. Research is happening all the time with these oils, and I really love to share. Today, I had a gentleman who just had surgery on an acoustic neuroma from his ear. It was growing in his ear, and it was causing him to be a little bit deaf. And so I did lymphatic drainage. And in the next session, I'll be working with oils to help him to be calm. We were just concentrating right now on the swelling. But we'll have oils for him to put in the blender because he's got headaches and anxiety from the surgery. It was a huge surgery, and he flew to San Diego especially for the surgery.
Wow.
And then because I'm a health coach, when people come to me, they get all kinds of, we talk about nutrition, we spoke about herbs to this gentleman and aromatherapy. So it's really integrated. So that's how I've been using my health coaching, integrating it in with my lymphatic work. And then when I teach my aromatherapy courses, of course, it's very much lifestyle and integration of everything. I'm not just teaching the oils. It's how to apply it into your life and different conditions. And then, of course, based on my experience. So it's really exciting to be at this point in my life and really happy to share with everybody. And my certification course, it will be at the end of the month, will be ready. It will be ready. I've got a platform and I'm working with a web person with it, and it's going to be ready.
Yay, good.
And it will be on the Aromatic Wellness Warrior. Yeah, it will be on the Aromatic Wellness Warrior site.
Oh, okay, very cool. And I will make sure to put in your ebook and your website in the giveaway section in the group. That way everybody knows every day they could go there, and that's where all of the giveaways are. So Lachelle is saying, great story, Linda Ann. I missed the first part. Well, the first part was a little glitchy. Again, I got to remember to mute my microphone. So when we started hearing the double sound after we went back the same time after it stopped, I didn't mute myself again. So, learning lessons, learning every day, it gets better. Isn't black spruce used For allergies also is what Lachelle is asking.
No, I've never used it for allergies, always for the lungs and then for grounding and for the adrenals.
And for the adrenals. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For allergies, we usually boost the immune system. You want to boost the immune system. That will help with allergies. Blue chamomile can sometimes be used for chamomiles and sometimes nioli. But for allergies, but it just depends what it is and what the allergies are. Are they skin allergies? Is it for the nose? And yes, you can use all the oils from the trees and eucalyptus to really open up the sinuses. So we have to get more specific as to what the allergies are. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so I've had this weird, and I notice it in the videos, and you guys probably don't. I've had this weird skin allergy. It started in November, and it started on my neck, and then sometimes I'll wake up and my eye, it just itches, and then it'll be hard, like the skin is hard the next day. And so you'll see me going like this in the videos. Because it's been something I've been dealing with, and so I changed all of my makeup and changed different things, and so it's better. But sometimes I'll wake up and my eyes are completely swollen. I have no idea why, but it's on top. And yeah, it's interesting. So I wonder if a topical, if a essential oil, something like that would help.
So you have to. We never put essential oils on the eyes. You don't. You just can't do that.
Okay.
You can put a little bit of moringa oil, which is a carrier oil. It's a nut oil from Africa that can sometimes help. And then you want to have essential fatty acids, and you want to take a warm cloth and just gently massage your eyes to stimulate the tear ducts. In fact, the gentleman I just worked on from his surgery, which was reconstructing things on the side of his face, and his one eye was very dry. So I showed him how to do that massage. You can also take quercetin, which is a bioflavonoid, and that will help stop the histamine release. It stops the mast cells for the sensitivity. And if you remind me, I could make you up a balm that I would be happy to do, because you've done so much for all of us, to help you on your neck.
Okay, well, and it's less
So I'd be
than
happy
what
to
it
do
used to
that.
be. I don't know if you could see it. It's a little rash, and then it was on my shoulder, and then it was spreading, but it's better now. But it's those kind of things. What am I allergic to? And a lot of it's makeup I've used for years and years and years, and I've had that happen a few times where the same makeup I've used for years, then now all of a sudden my face swells up, and then it went away after 6 months or whatever. But it's like, why is that triggering now? And yeah, I don't know much about the medical stuff, but that's very interesting.
And sometimes they change. I'm an esthetician as well. Sometimes they will change one ingredient in the makeup that you don't know, that they've just changed it. So that can be, or it could be something with your body chemistry at that time.
Gotcha. Very cool. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have any questions for Linda? It's just your knowledge and your passion in all things wellness is amazing to me. The massage, the lymphatic, the aromatherapy, everything that you do is just amazing. And I want to, and I hope you don't mind. So you're 72, right? Right?
Yep. 71.
71. And then I also have somebody else that's 70 and somebody that's 69. Age is not a factor. People, look at the passion this lady has.
Nope.
Yeah. Why? Why stop? I know my grandma was roofing a house on her 70th birthday. So the age, a lot of us try and find excuses. Well, I'm too old. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. All these kinds of things. There is no reason why we can't start now and love what we do and start a new career or even pivot into a different career because life shuts you down. Yeah, there is no reason we need to stop. And you are a beautiful 71. I love that. I'm sorry I threw that out there, but a lot of people use that for an excuse, and it does not in any way, shape, or form have anything to do with age. it's all
Nope.
about your heart and your desire and your dreams and going for it.
And that, and then exercise, eating right, and working with all of that is just everything. It's just, and for me to stop now after all the knowledge and experience I've gained would be crazy. And I'm so excited every day with the results that can take place. And then what the message I just want to say now is really, and this is what I encourage all of my clients and what you as coaches can do, never give up. Never give up. I came here from South Africa. It was very, very hard. And then we all have challenges along the way. But now with this, I could say this is no good. I'm going to have to close my business down. It's not going to work. And I'm busting my butt now at the chiropractor's office, so that I can help all of the patients that I'm working with right now with lymphedemas and post-surgical recovery. There's so many of them. And also I'm helping to contribute so I can pay the rent in my clinic so that I can still stay there. And you never give up. There's always a way. There's always a way. And then when my courses get going, that will be really reaching even more people. But the one-on-one, I'll never give that up because it's just too important. So that's just what I want to say.
I love that. Well, and you were saying it in the video, right? We started small and then we expanded and then we had to shrink down again. And, it's part of life. It never always goes straight up. There's hills and valleys. And yes. So, yeah, I love that. And I appreciate you being here so very much.
I'm married. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm married 50 years. We had a big ceremony on Zoom during the shutdown. And that also it's up and down, and you have to work hard at whatever it is and be dedicated to what it is you're doing. And then, as I said in that video, just reach for the stars. We can all we just make up your mind and you can do anything you want.
Absolutely. Lachelle said Linda Ann has spent her whole life to serve all of these people who really need her knowledge and may be more open to the alternative medicine plan with all that's going on. Absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes people are afraid to go out of the medicine, out of, the care of the doctors into alternative medicine. But I encourage it. The old saying, may food be your medicine and medicine be your food, right? And that is all natural. And then oils, they're natural, they help you. And yes. Anyways, thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you. So I want you guys to tune in tomorrow. We have 2 more amazing coaches. Well, one is a coach and one is actually a soldier. So Jim Burgoon, he is a leadership coach. He is a faith-based leadership coach. And he has such a wonderful, amazing heart. He has done ministries. He's done everything. And he really is soul person where he talks about just coming from the right place and helping people. It's not all about money, but it's about stepping up and being there as a leader that comes from the right place. And then we have Miss Lindsay Morrison. She is a soldier, busy soldier with a little itty bitty girl. And so she found herself just stressing about meal prep and stuff like that. So she actually created this plan where she meal preps on Sunday for the whole week. And so it makes everything so much easier. She doesn't have to stress about it. And so she's created a program where she can actually work with whatever dietary needs you have, send you shopping lists, and how to prepare all the meals and how to get that all done in one day of the week. And so you are set for the rest of the week, and it just saves you so much time because we all could use some time, some time savers there, and, some new recipes. I am one of those that doesn't normally seek out recipes. I just do what I know how to do, and it's the same food over and over. So I'm excited about the things that she has to offer. So make sure that you guys show up tomorrow to listen to 2 more amazing coaches. And thank you again, Linda. And Carol was amazing. And just thank you, everybody, for being here. Please share the videos, do a watch party, and share the knowledge that these amazing women have. So thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.